Hello, everybody. This is Dee with the gratitude report. First, allow me to apologize for some reason this camera keeps on like stopping and starting. So if it like cuts off some words or something like that, I don't know what's about. I don't know. I've been trying to get it to work right. It's just being a jerk. So it's a jerk. But anyway, back to my praise report. I want to tell you that I'm grateful for my mama. With Mother's Day is tomorrow, I figured I might as well talk about my mama. And of course, she is my security blanket. And I say blanket because I remember when I was a little kid, my first memory, my first memory, I was real little. I remember her bundling me up in all these blankets. We come from Illinois and it'd be cold. She bundled us up. I'd be like sweating in this little cocoon all hot. I just loved it. And she'd run us out to the car and get us out to the car. And I never felt cold. Never. I don't like cold. I guess she knew that was gonna be me. But I'm not kidding. I don't want to get cold. I live in the desert right now. It's 100 degrees outside and I am happy. But anyway, so, my mom is my security blanket. And let's just say I could be quite the handful. Yes, I'm the kid that killed all the fish by helping my mom out. I was just giving them some food. Unbeknownst to me, that food was salt. So I killed her little fish. I'm sorry, mama. you know, let's just say I'm also the kid who would, do things like I was incorrigible. I knew I was doing something wrong. Like, for instance, if my dad, who could be a little bit much at time, would tell me to put a brick in my brick in my lunchbox, I would be that kid, even though I knew it was wrong. I'm like, well, Daddy said I could do it. Maybe I can get away with it. No, I didn't get away with it, folks. Mom was like, So, yeah, or to put the snake in the desk. Oh, man, I had some good old times. But I think about all the stuff that my mom had to put up with raising me. I'm also that kid that you can spank me. I'm not going to care. You can put me in timeout. I'm not going to care. You can take away my everything. I'm not going to care. Because I have this big old world inside my mind. Unless you could take my mind from me, there's really nothing you can do. So, I really appreciate all the stuff. I know I was a mess, y'all. I was a mess. So I really, really appreciate my mom. She was just amazing. I don't know how she did it. She is really good. So let's go on to something else about my mom. So first, thank you for that, mom, because I know I could be a handful and a half, because yeah, let's just say I got some of my badness from my daddy's side, I guess. But serious, okay, so let's move on. I used to love to read this book called Lambert the Sheepish Lion. My mom used to read to us all the time when we were kids, kindergarten, whatever, younger than that, little kids. So kindergarten comes along, first, second grade. She's reading me all these books that I like. So eventually it's my turn to read the books back as we get older, right? So I read the books back to her. So then I think it was like third grade we get along. And the teacher tells her I can't read. My mom's like, of course she can read. She reads. I come here and teach other kids how to read. She reads. Well, what I thought was reading was actually I knew all the words to the stories by heart. So I could just by page, even though she was pointing to the words, I'm just saying the words and I'm looking at the pictures because that's reading to me. That's what it was. So my mom's all upset and this, that, and the other. It turned out that the school, she found I had dyslexia, and the school they knew that, and they were putting me out in the hallway when it was reading time, so I wouldn't, be in the way with the other kids because they didn't know what to do with me. Plus, I was this little black kid; they didn't care. So I was out in the hallway with recordings of lessons and things to color and stuff like that instead of actually being in the class. So I changed school. Okay, changed schools. It was I forgot what it's called, Parsons. Had this great teacher. Well, my mom, of course, felt really, really horrible. And I'm like, I couldn't understand it because it wasn't her fault. And it really was not her fault. And I just want to say, Mama, it's not your fault. You did an excellent job raising me. You gave me my love of reading. You gave me my love of reading, even though I thought I was reading when I really wasn't. I even loved back then. That's because of you. You gave me that love. You instilled, just like daddy instilled that computer stuff into me. You were that other side of that coin. You're the one that did that You're the one who gave me the creativity side. You're the one who, my mom used to read all these books. My mom's still an avid reader. She instilled that in me. See these over here? That's just some of my books that I've written. You know, that little girl that they said would never learn how to read. Not only do I read because of my mama, I also write because of my mama. Mama, you did an amazing job, and I cannot thank you enough. You know, you my girl. You know, I love you to the moon, back, all the way around into infinity and back. Thank you so much for everything you have done for me. People always say, oh, you're such a kind-hearted or a sweet-hearted person. And then I'm like, no. And then I'm like, oh, I get that from my mama. Why, thank you. Because my mama, y'all know her, she's the sweetest, most caring person, but she can put her foot down if she need to put that foot down, but that's always a last resort. And I appreciate that because I know, like I said, I could be a bit much, folks. So I'm glad that wasn't her first resort, putting that foot down. She's always been caring, always been loving, always that first one to always want to help somebody else out. Like I said, she used to go to school and teach other people's kids how to read. My mom, she's a mother in our family. I mean, people used to send their kids to our house for my mom and dad. And my mom did the raising. Hello, my dad was having some issues, so it was mama who was really doing the work. So I truly, truly appreciate everything you've done for me, mama. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. And I hope you have a fantastic, amazing Mother's Day. Have a great day, everybody.